What's up, my guys? We finally made it to the Black Temple raid guide. Here we go, baby. First boss up, High Warlord Nezgentis. So the first boss, as you can imagine, is very simple. Only a few things you need to worry about here. This is actually a really easy fight. Start off by having everybody spread out. You want everybody spread out immediately. You have to do this just simply for a mechanic that hurts people that, you know, it chains to you. So just make sure you guys spread out, good 5-10 yard range. You guys are good to go with that. This is the reason that you want to. It's called Needle Spine. He fires a needle spine at the enemy target, dealing a shit ton of damage and about half that damage to everybody else around them. That is why you would like to split. Make sure you are spread out. Once again, spread out. Next up, the main mechanic of the fight is he throws his huge spine at somebody, impaling spine, and what it does is it stuns them and it bleeds them, and you must get them out of this spine by walking up to them. Anybody can do it. You just walk up to them and you click the spine off of them, and you keep that spine because you are eventually going to need to throw it at the boss for his other only mechanic you need to worry about. In the meantime, you just want to make sure that whoever is near them, run up and click that, keep it. Okay, and as soon as his title shield comes up, it protects the caster from most attacks and spells and a regen. You toss that Spiritum. You have to top the Spiritum and make sure everybody is topped off. As you can see how much damage just went out from Title Burst. So Title Burst is a huge thing he does after you break the shield, okay? So he impales somebody, I run up and I click him to get the spine myself, which frees my friend, and then he title shields, I throw the spear, it breaks the shield, does a shit ton of damage to everybody else, rinse and repeat. That's the fight. And that's it, my guys. See you on the next one. Next up, Supremus. So this is actually a really easy boss. It's annoying, but it's really easy. There's two phases. The first phase is pure tank and spank. The second phase, he just fixates people and spits out some volcanoes. Pretty easy. Phase one, only thing you need to worry about is these flames. He'll punch the shit out of the ground. You see the blue flames coming out from him, like they come out in a strip. Avoid the flame. That's the only mechanic for phase one. Pretty easy. Next phase, phase two, is a fixate phase. He will fixate a random party member and then commence to chasing them down, one-shotting you if he touches you. He switches target randomly, okay? So make sure you aren't too close and too far away from him. The only other thing in this thing to worry about is volcanic eruption. These things fucking suck. I died to it a couple times. They spit out volcanoes. Avoid them. Simple enough. Sounds easy. And then another thing is to make sure that you are never more than 30 yards away from the boss at all times, because if you are, right now, if I go 30 yards away, he will look at me, charge me, one-shot me, and then it messes everything up. So just make sure you're more than 30 yards away. Guys, and that's all the fight for this fight. That's it. Like, I know it's only the second boss, it's not supposed to be hard, but that's really it. So, you know, fixate, make sure you're not touched, make sure you're staying away from him so you don't get beat down. And in the tank and spank phase right here, tank picks him up, you guys just pump him the F down. Watch out for these little blue stripes of flames you're gonna see on the ground. It's so easy to see. Just avoid it. Nothing you need to worry about, man. Just pure tank and spank. And then when he goes to fixate again, run your little ass away. Run away, little girl. Run. Make sure also during this phase two, right? If he fixates you and you are too close to him, he can one-shot you. So make sure that during this phase two, see I'm way too close right now, and now he's gonna turn around, fixate me, and kill me. So you wanna make sure that you're not by the boss. Make sure, I like to sit around 15 to 20 yards away. Make sure you just sit that far away, and then you won't ever have to worry about dying from the fixate, my friends. See you on the next one. Next up, Shade of Akama. So this fight is not super hard. It just has, I'm gonna give you a couple perspectives, point of view, so you can kind of see it. So pretty much what happens is there's this big shade of Akama, and you have to free him because he's getting banished by these channelers. So you guys have to kill these channelers so Shade of Akama can go walk and fight Akama, where then you will begin to whoop his ass, okay? So to start, we have our casters up here. You just have nuke down one until a tank brings up the defender. Once you drop a defender off to us, then we all seed off that, seed spam and AoE off that defender, which then kills the side channelers. Meanwhile, your tanks are, well, I'll get ready to show you in this next POV. But for right now, just worry about this. Kill the channelers. Once the channelers come down, phase 2 will begin, and you guys can whip his ass. So for a tank perspective, sorry it's a little choppy, I had to get it offline. So you have three tanks, 2 for one side and 1 for the other side. We have our pally tank, solo tank one side, then we have our druid and our warrior tank pick up these ads, okay? You see the druid tank on the little bottom right, he's gonna pick up the defenders and only the defenders. And your other tank's gonna pick up the rest of, the other warrior's gonna pick up the rest of them on this side. Always keep frost traps down. And you guys just kite around that frost trap until all your guys can kill and get the shade to activate in P2. Really easy phase, they don't do that much damage, don't worry about them. This is a POV of an overall thing, just so I can kind of show you what's going on. So this is a healer perspective. If you look on the left side and the right side, you see the right side, our pally tank over there, you know, doing his pally stuff, and you see the left side of the tanks. This is just to show you what the tanks are doing. You see how they're just walking in circles, kiting everything that comes out? That's all you do, man. Just make sure you keep those hunter traps down. At the end of this, you'll see Shade of Akama come down at the end of the phase. Now, when he walks down, get into position and get ready to stomp butt cheeks, okay? Now, blow all your cooldowns. You should have saved your CDs, pots, shrinks for this phase. Nuke his ass down before he kills Akama. You can look at the target to watch Akama's health. Otherwise, it's a wipe. If he kills Akama, at the bot, everything just resets. You gotta try again. Like I said, really easy fight, guys. All right, so this will be the first hard boss of the raid. This is honestly my guild's worst fight for one fucking mechanic, man. So I know it's gonna look like it's easy. There's a couple positions you can do here. I'm using this footage because the proper footage that we use, we stack between those 2 pillars right there, and it's kind of hard to see the POV, so I wanted to show you this so you can get some good construct viewage. If you want to do the other way, if you do the other way, you want to stack in between those 2, what are those called? Fucking lantern braziers or whatever they are. So stack between those 2 if you really want to. Either way, if the constructs are reaching a raid in time, or not reaching a raid in time, don't worry about it. If they are reaching a raid, which on some servers they are, then go over there, okay? So, fucking Teron, man. Shadow of Death. This is the lamest thing ever. So what happens is he puts his debuff on you. After 60 seconds, you die. You turn into a vengeful spirit. At the same time, when you die and turn into a vengeful spirit, you spawn 4 shadowy constructs that fuck shit up. They go straight to the raid and they kill everybody. You'll see it right here. A vengeful spirit is exactly what this thing is right here. Little spirit running to me right now. Right there. Arrow. Boom. That's a vengeful spirit. That's what you turn into, okay? And your job is to kill these shadowy constructs that you see everywhere before they kill your raid. That sounds easy, and in theory, I guess it is easy, but it's hard on some servers, man. The constructs have more health, they hit harder, it depends, man. But it is a pretty crazy mechanic that you should need to worry about, and you guys just have to make sure you get it down. There's a mini game that I'll put in the description that can help you with it too. The only thing to worry about otherwise is crushing shadows, and it's nothing you really need to worry about. Just watch out for it, okay? So yeah, just back to the only thing you need to worry about in this entire fight is that Shadow of Death, okay? So I'm gonna speed this up a little bit and try to explain it. You guys are pumping. Okay, he's never going to choose the same person over again, at least not on this server. He doesn't choose the same person. What he does is he chooses a random target. You soulstone that target. If you want them to come back, have your warlock soulstone the target, Shadow of Doom go off. Now, I have Shadow of Doom. Not me, this is not me, but the footage, I'm going to say it's me. I have Shadow of Doom. It puts a marker over my head. I'm going to slow it down so you can see exactly what I'm doing in this whole time, so you can get this, okay? So, you go there. Wait for the debuff to come up. You sit here, it's a 60-second debuff. You sit here for 20 until there's 20 seconds left on your debuff. Get all your heals out. If you're a warlock, recurse some shit, throw some dots up, do whatever you need to do. 20 seconds out, you're gonna see me run into this back corner. This is where you either this corner or the opposite side corner. If there's already people in this corner, don't go to this corner, go to the other one, obviously. So right here, you'll see that I die. Okay, and now I came back as a vengeful spirit, all right? Let me pause this real quick and try to explain this. I'm not even that good at this. You see the constructs, you see my action bars changed. Now I have a new set of action bars. Your job is to press 5. That's an AoE damage. After you press 5, you press 4. It's a Frost Nova, but it kind of shackles them all. AoE shackle. I guess you can call it shackle undead AoE. And then your only other ability is, or that you use, is single target. So what you're gonna do is you do 5, and then you do 4, and then you push off the back targets and you spam 3. but not on one target. You get the 3 tab, 3 tab, 3 tab. You know what I mean? You don't want one dying right away. You need them all to die evenly. So you want to try to use there's the 3 Shadow Bolt one to get them all. You want to keep them even. So when you get back to 5, when 5 is off a cooldown and 4 is off a cooldown, you're able to use 5 and 4 again. Okay, if that makes sense. This is a pretty shitty mechanic. I've heard it's easier on some servers. The server that I'm on, which is Endless, it is really hard. I've not even mastered it yet. It's just annoying, man. But after that, the fight's over. So as long as you guys get the Shadow that Shadow of Death down, that's the fight. Okay. Next up, Reliquary of Souls. So this is a pretty cool fight, guys. This is a 3-phase fight. They're all pretty fucking easy. Each phase is a different aura that kind of messes some people up. The auras the auras are what is really difficult in this fight, but even then it's not that difficult. So phase 1, this aura is, dude, you can't heal. That's the bad part. You literally can't heal. Aura of Suffering. Healing effects reduced by 100%. No, you can't regen. You can't do anything. So that means if you see our health up top left, we will never get health back during this phase. This is not that bad. Just avoid the mechanics. You'll be all right, really. But Warlocks watch your life tap, simple shit like that. And you guys just pump. This phase is actually pretty easy. Just know nobody can heal it. Hellstones, nothing. There's a soul drain. This gets cast all the time. You must dispel this. As long as this is getting dispelled, you guys will easily make it through this phase. It's a super easy phase to get through, okay? Just pump the boss down and watch out for the soul drain, man. And that's really all. He frenzies as well, but that's something you personally need to worry about as a DPS. Just pump them down, watch your health. Nothing works. Once again, bandages, hellstones, you know, death coils, no heals work at all, no matter what you do. So don't worry about them. At the end of this one dying, you have a brief intermission phase. I don't know how long it is, 30 to 60 seconds, where it's just nothing. This is where you get all your stuff back, heal everybody up. Yeah, these little ads come out, they die so fast. This phase is not even worth mentioning, this little intermission. So I guess if you're a Warlock, good soul shard farming. It's about all you can get. Gain some rage on it for the next boss, I guess. Pretty easy, pretty little easy intermissions. The next phase is the hardest one. It's harder in my opinion because I'm a Warlock. I'll explain a little bit, but there's an aura. Now this aura makes it so every bit of damage that you do to anybody does to the boss, it does to you. Damage, it won't do all the damage, but it does a lot of the damage to you, okay? So damage taken increased, decreases your mana over time, and healing increased by 100%. So while you guys are hurting yourself, healing is increased by 100%. This sucks because so many different fucking reasons. You get hit hard. You hit hard. Warlocks hit hard. They crit Shadow Bolts, Doom procs. You can kill yourself really easily. And this also makes it really hard. Is this deaden? It increases the damage by the target by 100% per 10%. Do not dispel this, but 100% watch your threat, because I can only speak for a Warlock perspective. You gotta watch your threat. You're getting 100% more damage. That's 20k Shadow Bolts. That's all these other things that are hit so hard. You gotta watch out for, you know? And then of course, Rune Shield absorbs about 40k damage, immune to everything else. Attack speed and cast speed goes up. Nuke the shield down. Nothing you can really do about it. Just pump it to the shield. It's an absorb shield. And that's all for this phase. So just really honestly, just make sure. Oh yeah, and there's a shock as well. I forgot about the shock. Just make sure that you guys do not pull threat, okay? This is just a spirit shock, deals 6,700 damage, confusing them for 5 seconds. Warlocks keep Curse of Tongues up on the boss, get a nice interrupt rotation down. You guys will have no issue with this phase, man. That's all. Just please make sure you don't pull threat with the deaden. Don't dispel deaden. Kick the spirit shock. Keep tongues up. That's the end of this fight, my guys. Oh, not the end of the fight, end of this phase. All right, and as always, you have another intermission going to the third one. Same exact thing as the first one. Get everybody healed up, get some shard farms, nuke them down. I honestly don't even know why they put this part in the game. Maybe I should look into it more, but I'm not sure. It's just, it's pointless. Last phase. Usually when you get to this phase, it's pretty much one of those things where the fight's over. This is the easiest phase. The aura deals shadow damage. Aura of Anger deals shadow damage over time, increases damage dealt, and the effects of both of them increase over time. So more damage done, the more damage dot. So it's kind of a race. I guess you can call it a DPS race, but it's a really easy one to hit. If you make it out of the first 2 phases, you're good to go on this one. It's nothing you guys should be sweating over that bad, okay? Soul Scream deals 2,000 shadow damage and burns 2,300 mana. This sucks. It only happens to people in front of the boss. Make sure the tank is facing them, facing the opposite direction. You guys don't have to worry about anything, okay? Next up, Seethe and Spike. If you have Seethe, stop attacking. Just period, just stop attacking. Increases your attack speed, obviously, and causes you to 200% more threat. Don't be an idiot. I've done it before. Just stop pumping. It's only, you know, it's 10 seconds. You can lose the damage. It's not a super big race. Okay, Spite obviously is, he makes you immune for 6 seconds, and after 6 seconds, you do a shit ton of damage. It happens to the tank. Big heals on the tank, and you're good to go. Next up, Gurtog Bloodboil. So I like this fight a lot. I like the little mechanics it has. Once again, it's a pretty easy boss. It's actually pretty easy. Just follow the mechanics I'm about to show you right here goes, and you're good to go. This is a 2-phase encounter. 1 phase, he spits out blood boils at people. 2nd phase is he fixates on someone and pumps down, and it's just a rinse and repeat of those 2 phases. The main thing to worry about is blood boil. It causes the furthest 5 targets the blood to boil, doing a lot of damage for 24 seconds. In order to do this, split your raid into 3 groups. You have group 3, 4, or you just have group 3, 4s, and 5s. I'll use this as an example, okay? Your group 3, group 4, and group 5. And the first blood boil, we have group 3 back there, and then after it goes off, they move up, and then group 4 moves back. They just have to make sure whoever is soaking, we just make sure they're in the water, and nobody else is in the water, okay? So just make sure whoever's boiling is in the water. The rest of the guys are out of the water, okay? Now when you lock, so you see me have the blood boil up there, and then I run up, and another group goes back. Easy. If you do this, that's the fight. That's the whole first phase of the fight, my guys. Just do that. Just have the raid there be quick at calling out group 4 back, and he goes back, group 5 back, and so on and so forth. Phase 2, he fell rages, okay? Make sure first off that everybody is spread out. So whoever he decides to fell rage, fell geyser happens, and it does damage to everybody. So make sure you're spread out. What's fell rage, you ask? Oh, fell rage is 2 things. 1, he fucking goes ham, increases damage done by 85%, and then targets only 1 person. He targets whoever has the fell rage debuff. That fell rage debuff then is gonna get mollywopped by him, but you also increase your health by 250% and your armor by 1200. So as long as everybody is spread out, spam heals on that guy. And if you're a class that can heal yourself, drain life, do whatever you can to keep your alive. All you gotta do is keep that person alive during this phase. That's it. That's phase 2. Keep them alive. Here's the best part. Save your cooldowns and your trinkets and stuff for this phase, because whoever is not the fell rage target gets a debuff called insignificance, meaning nothing you do gains threat, guys. How dope is that? All right, Blitz is where you blow all your CDs, all your trinks, all your pots, stuff like that. So easy, man. So easy. Then it's back to phase 1. Make sure whoever's in the back, get ready to go back and get your rotation set up. So if group 3 is the first one to go back, make sure you're in the water at the end of this phase for this first blood boil like you see me right now. Then we move up, and that's it, man. A couple other things to worry about. Acidic wound does some nature damage every now and then and reduces your armor. He does this randomly. You can't really control it. It doesn't do that much damage. Don't worry about it. It's nothing I would sweat about, okay? What's the other one coming up here? Foul Breath is what you just saw. He does this in a cone in front of the caster. I mean, nothing you can do to avoid it, man. Once again, just heal. It doesn't do a lot of damage. These mechanics barely do shit. You know what I mean? So just make sure you're healing out. You're out healing it, man. They don't do much. Beer Warding Strike actually hits really hard. This is why you have both tanks up there, okay? So when he strikes somebody, your other tank taunts and picks him up, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. That's it. That's a fight. That's it, man. Make sure you guys get to look at me right now. Bloodboil, we're going up there. They step back. Get your shit together, man. Fell rage here. Let's see whoever he's focusing. Big ass heals on him. Blow your CDs. Nuke Bloodboil down. And that's it. Next up, Mother. So this is arguably the easiest fight in the thing. Really only one thing you need to worry about in this whole entire fucking fight. It's a tank and spank. You can't really see a good view of it because of a mechanic that I'm showing you about. We're trying to avoid it. But to start, you want to make sure every single person in your raid besides the tanks have at least 300 shadow res. This is including your shadow protection from your priest and your shadow res aura, okay? So I go in there as a warlock with like 240, whatever it is. And you just pump, man. You pump the boss down. The reason you use shadow res is because all her stuff is shadow damage, but it's huge shadow damage. So you just get all the craftable gear, get everything you guys can do to get as much shadow res as you guys can get. Now the main mechanic, and the only thing really to watch out for, is Fatal Attraction. You'll see me get it right here. It teleports 3 allies to a random location and links us with energy. It does a shit ton of damage and hurts people whoever the beam hits as well. The only way to break this beam is to move 25 yards away from each other. So you see us, we're all running in different directions to break the chain, right? Boom. And you run back to the raid and you get back in your little hiding spot and you pump, and that's it. Throughout the fight, there's beams as well that you have to avoid. This is the main one. I'm stacked under this fish for the shitty POV because it knocks you back and does damage. But if you're standing under the fish, it doesn't knock you up. There's also some other lanterns you can, LOS under to where when it knocks you back, it doesn't actually knock you back. I slowed down each part of the video that has Fatal Attraction so you can see me do them. I do them pretty well here. The one at the end, I kind of mess up a little bit, and I'll explain to you why I did. But yeah, just get away from it. Vile Beam's another one that does like pretty much nothing. These beams don't hit hard a lot. They do arc, but they only hit up to 3 targets on it's server dependent, but it only hits up to 3 targets. Wicked Beam as well. Dude, they don't hurt at all. They really don't. So right here, you're gonna see me. That's where I messed up my Fatal Attraction, was right there, man. That's it. You want to make sure if you're one of the 3 and you're on a wall and you can't run away from them, just stay there and let them run away from you. It took me a couple times to learn that, man. And that's the fight. Fatal Attraction. I'm running away with the thing. You see that? Boom. I got it a lot this fight. That's why I showed this footage. Sorry about the POV. You can't really see it, but there's nothing to see. Just a big angry bitch who's sitting there casting some shadow spells at everybody. That's the fight, man. Run away from Fatal Attraction like you should. Don't worry about these beams. If you're too worried about them and you want to parse it up, stand so you don't fall that far. The beams don't do that much damage. I mean, well, that beam does. Obviously, the Fatal Attraction beam does a lot. Just make sure you run that shit out. Don't run it through everybody, guys, and you'll have this fight done immediately. Get your loot. Next up, Illidari Council. This is another pretty easy boss, but it's very, very hectic. Okay, there's 4 bosses. They have a shared health pool. You got to kill them. It's fair enough, right? So to start, you're going to have the Rogue and the Priest tanked by your main tank down here, where you see Rogue and Priest with the arrows. And you're going to have your Mage up there tanking a Mage the entire time. So this Mage... This is fast. So the Mage is just going to fight the Mage up there in that corner the entire time by himself, okay? As soon as the enemy Mage casts Dampen Magic on himself, your Mage should steal that. It buffs that Mage up and they can just duke it out. Everybody stand away from the Mage because they are Arcane Explosion, okay? He's out of the picture. Next up is the Rogue, the Priest. You're going to make sure you interrupt Circle of Healing every 20 seconds, otherwise it heals off of all of them. Do not attack during Reflective Shield. All the melee need to back up, and then keep Curse of Tongues up, and she's pretty easy to deal with as well. So you just have misdirect the Priest and the Rogue over there, have the Mage do his shit, and have the main tank pick up the Paladin and bring him about to where you're going to see us right now. And then you guys just DPS. All the DPS should be focusing on Gathios, who is the Paladin. And there's not too much. There's a lot of shit to work out for. Like, you need to make sure that you pull him out of the Consecrate. Other than that, make sure you guys avoid the Mage AoE. The Mage is over there. The 2 Mage war going on over there. The little beefy war they got. In the meantime, he's blizzarding and flame striking everything that you see. Move out of everything. This fight, there's a lot of healing on this fight, but as long as you guys dodge all the AoE, you're good to go. Just DPS the fucking guy down, okay? Another thing you need to worry about is the Rogue. What the Rogue does is he vanishes, and he will, every 60 seconds, he vanishes. After 30 seconds of being invisible, he goes and puts a debuff on somebody, and at some point during that fight, it's called Envenom. He will use Envenom, which pretty much absorb, what's the word? Procs that fucking debuff and then nukes down like 6k hit on them. So just big heals on them. That's all he really does though. Just make sure throughout the fight, once again, everyone is staying spread. You move out of the AoE fight or Mage AoE, use all your personal CDs if you get the Rogue poison, and just stay the hell out of the way of everything, man. This fight is super, super easy as long as you guys are dodging shit. It gets a little hectic dodging things, but just not a DPS race, guys. Just go ahead and take as much time as you can and be safe. Stay out of the AoE. That is huge. That's the whole point of the fight. The fight is so easy, except for the AoE. Just dodge it. He does it quite frequently. And just DPS, cleave as much as you can. You see us cleaving with the Rogue. If the Rogue comes up, get your cleave on as much as you can until the Rogue disappears. Last but not least, my guys, Illidan Stormrage. So this is a very fun fight. This is a very long fight, a very hectic fight with 5 phases. It goes phase 1, then phase 2, and then 3 and 4 repeat until you get to 30%, and then phase 5 will begin, okay? We had a lot of mechanics to go over, a lot of phases, long part of the fight, so let's just get it started right away. First off, you want to make sure you have your normal comp. You can bring some more Warlocks for some seed spam if you're having trouble with the demons. They kind of die fast. I'll get into that later. Make sure you have 2 fire resist tanks for phase 2, capped at 365, and you have 1 Warlock capped at 365 shadow resistance for the demon phase. He will be kiting Illidan in phase 4. First thing to worry about is shear. This is a pretty crazy attack that reduces your maximum health by 60%. Make sure you use your mitigation. That's how you do that. Okay, make sure you use your mitigation on that to avoid that. Okay, otherwise it's gonna suck. All right, another one is flame crash. He'll jump in the air a little bit like this and slam down, leaving those little blue flames on the ground. Move out of fire. Simple enough, right? You'd think it would be, but people fuck it up. So just move out of the fire every time you see him bump. Draw Souls is another one that's going to come up here soon. Draw Souls deals 3,300 shadow damage to any targets in front of the caster, healing for a portion of the damage dealt. Obviously, tank Illidan not facing the raid. Otherwise, guess what? You get that. Pretty shitty. Now, the main mechanic for phase 1, which is also easy to deal with, are these little parasites. So what he does is he puts a little debuff on you, which will explode at some point and drop off 2, depending on server, 2 parasites. Okay, they're called parasitic shadow fiends. Now you'll see us do it here. What you see is you have a hunter trap on the left. He has to trap right there. The hunter traps, and then whoever gets it runs over there, drops the parasites off, and then the parasites die like in 2 globals. It's super easy. I mean, they die really fast, but you need to make sure you do it, otherwise they fuck shit up and more will spawn and more will spawn. So just make sure you guys have a hunter trap over there, you know, and you're nuking them as soon as they come up. All right, stay stacked up like this, nuke the parasites, move out of fire. Congratulations, you are done with phase 1. Fortunately, in phase 3, it's pretty much the same mechanics as phase 1. They just add 1 more. So get really used to these. It's a long phase, okay? Next up, phase 2. All right, so what he does is he will jump in the air and attack you from the sky, but don't worry about that quite yet, and throw his weapons on the ground. His weapons, out of them will spawn 2 big-ass fire elementals. Have your FR tanks pick them up and make sure they are facing away from the raid. Because of Flame Blast, this deals 5,000 fire damage to all enemies in front of the caster, okay? So make sure that they are facing opposite directions, okay? Another real important thing is, you saw where they spawn, where he threw his weapons, where Illidan threw his glaives down, and that's where they spawn. You need to keep them within range of those, because if you do not, uncaged wrath happens. It separates from the blade. The spirits of Azzinoth in rage, dealing 500% additional damage, increase their movement speed by 200%. It's a wipe. So you can kind of see the sword in the middle of the fire. Your tanks have to sit there. Also, they can be, they go to uncaged wraith if they're not by a tank or any party member, but obviously you want it to be the tank. You see how you see the little the beam keeping it tethered? Just make sure you're keeping them right there, otherwise it's a wipe, man. Obviously avoid the fire. Okay. Next up, the whole time Illidan is doing this, that's all you have to worry about the fireman. He's up there throwing fireballs at you, which is why you see us are raid in 2 groups, 2 groups. The reason is, well, you know, less damage from the fireballs, obviously. Easy enough. Another thing he does is Dark Barrage. This sucks a lot. It does a lot of damage, and you're going to see me die from it right now. Watch how much damage this does to me. Okay, that's with the Hellstone getting popped. That's with my personals, and I was getting spam healed. Okay, it hits really hard. Best bet is just to do everything you can to survive it, man. It just hits really hard, man. Nothing you can really do about it. I-beam is another thing he does. He shoots an I-beam, as you see. That's what's leaving the blue flames. Blue flames are, all the blue flames are him. So he I-beams the ground, which leaves a blue flame. Avoid that shit. Finish this phase up. So the only other thing that added to this was Agonizing Flames. As you can see, deals 2,700 fire damage instantly to all enemies within 5 yards of that target that he just cast on, and then deals 25k over a minute. Loose spread out. You don't need a stack. You don't need a full spread. You can get comfortable with spreading because you're going to need a spread for phase 4, you know? But just loose stack. You don't want to get bopped with that. Pay attention to who's getting it, okay? Now, meanwhile, parasites are still happening, all right? Keep doing those. You see the trap. So phase 3 is for 60 seconds, and he goes to phase 4, which is demon phase, for 30 seconds, and he rinses and repeats until phase 5, when it's at 30%. So these next 2 phases you're going to see over and over again, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Now, like you said, easy phase. That's all that phase. Now here's the kind of rough one. demon phase. So what he does is he will cast Metamorphosis and turn into a big ass demon. It increases physical damage he dealt by 500%, which is why you have a warlock tanking him, okay? The aggro also resets every demon phase, so be smart and don't. Make sure this warlock right here, 1, you're nowhere near him. 2, he's capped, he's 365 shadow resist, and he's pumping, okay? Make sure you are far away from him. 1, flame burst. That's what you see when it hits everybody, right? You need to stay spread all the way. This is a 5-yard thing. It is 23 damage to everybody. You'll see it. It's like he's spitting out blue fire flames, okay? You'll see it all over the place. You want to make sure you're stacked from this, okay? As much as you can. It's kind of hard to, I know it's kind of hard to at time, but you got to try to summon shadow demons. This is the thing that you will see us doing right now. He will literally summon shadow demons. They stun whoever they're after until they get to you. And when they get to you, they kill you and then move on to the next one. We have our Warlock seed spam. Start spamming seed a second before they start going off, a couple seconds before they start going off. That should kill them. They do not have a lot of health. You shouldn't have that much trouble killing them, okay? Yeah, like I said, rinse and repeat till 30%, man. So you guys are you're gonna phase 3. You see how it goes back to phase 3? He's back to normal. Same thing as phase 1. You guys are gonna nuke, run the parasites out like you guys have been doing. You guys have been doing a good job at it. Keep it up until he goes back to demon phase. Okay, you see the hunter trap right here. You see the guy with parasites running over there. He's dropping them off. Oh, I have it. Perfect example. I have it. I stay there until it drops off, and I run back in there. Okay. Now back to another demon phase. You see us doing the same thing. Okay, Warlock tank's picking him up way over there in the top right. He's getting spam. Make sure also you're not standing by him because it's a 20-yard range onto that Warlock tank. So make sure you're not within 20 yards of him because it'll fucking kill you. It hits hard, right? And you don't have the SR to survive it. All right, next up. This is phase 5. I just fast forwarded to it. Same mechanics as 3 and 4, except you have Maeve come and help by DPSing, and she'll put traps down as well. At the end of the fight, or if you're having troubles, you can run Illidan into the trap and it'll stun them for a little bit, okay? And you can pump some damage. It's more increased damage. It's like 100% more. Start the phase. The soft enrage happens as soon as you get to this phase. Attack speed and plus damage, okay? Your tanks are gonna have to use their CDs as much as possible, and this right here is pretty much surviving the phase. This is when it gets kind of hectic. The mechanics are the same. You have all the 3 mechanics and you have the Shadow Film. You have everything going on. The only difference is you have Maeve helping you, which I actually don't know how much damage she helps with. I'm not sure. But it must be a lot. I don't know. Either way, the trap that she puts on is dope. Okay, either way, so we have demon form still happen. This is still going to happen. You need to watch out because they're going to start seed spamming. The position that I am in right now is not where you want to be for that, because if I would have got a shadow demon, I'm dead. I'm not going to be able to get anywhere. Okay, so this is my first kill, our first kill, so I kind of panicked a little bit, and that's why that's why I chose this footage, so you'd see where to stand, okay, or where not to stand, rather, you know. So keep doing the same thing you guys have been doing the entire fucking time. That's what's cool about this fight is, yeah, it's long, but the mechanics are pretty much the same. I'm going to slow this down so you can see the trap, obviously. Now, this is the trap right here. I'll put an arrow for you. If you guys are struggling, like we were right now, you bring him over there. Kite him over to that trap, and look what will happen after you do so. Stuns. 100% increased damage done. Pump him down, and that's it, my guys. That's all. Congratulations. As always, man, thank you for watching, man. I really appreciate it, guys. Please like, follow, and subscribe for more content. I'm trying to grow the YouTube channel. Please show me some love by clicking that subscribe button, man. Catch me over on twitch.tv/crixgaming_ for more content, man. Peace, my guys.